Since I have Bhaichung Bhutia on the show, we'll talk definitely a bit about sports. Do you think Sikkim, despite being a sporting state, has not been able to realize its full sporting potential, be it in football, be it in contact sports, be it in athletics, be it in boxing, be it in Olympic sports? Do you think somewhere Sikkim has missed the bus?
I think there is a huge interest in sports with the people of Sikkim. It's just that we've not been able to have the right policies, right structure in Sikkim for sports. I think the government of Sikkim can do much more, work much closely with the state associations in different boxing, football, athletics. I think the government has to have that support. Today, sadly, I think football association, football is not the number one sport in Sikkim. Even football associations have zero revenue. They've got no money at all to do leagues. Forget the Sikkim League. They can't do anything for the grassroots as well. They don't have their own ground under their control. If they have to do a league or they have to do any football event, they'll have to go begging to the government. And just one stadium or two stadium in entire Sikkim, it's always booked with some other sporting activities or some other things have been booked. So I think it's very unfortunate that our policies are not right. Our sports persons are not given a lot of privilege. If they play India, I think as a small state in Sikkim, they need to have a job reservation. We don't encourage that as well. Today, if you look at it, some of our players who played for India or even played for state for a very long time does not have any support from the government in terms of job as well.
Let's
that
talk
demoralizes
about
a lot of them to get into sports, and it's not a great example.
Let's talk about football. For instance, we had a number of footballers from Sikkim who have played for the Northeast clubs and other clubs across India. But if we think of clubs from the Northeast, let's talk about the I-League. When the I-League was at its prime, we cannot still think about clubs from Sikkim doing well. The club culture probably, despite the talent, despite the support, that never really took off. Why do you think that happened? I mean, we have so many good footballers, youngsters coming from Sikkim.
See, I think if you look today in I-League in today's time, Sikkim has got 7 or maximum 8 players playing in I-League or ISL. You compare that with Mizoram. Mizoram has got almost 50 to 60 players playing in I-League and ISL. Compare that with Manipur, that has got 60 to 70 players playing in ISL I-Leagues. Even Assam obviously is a bigger state. They have obviously 10, 11 players playing. It's very unfortunate that we don't have that support. I run a football club which is one of the biggest in Sikkim. I don't have any support from anywhere, neither corporate sponsorship, I don't have government support. And anywhere I spend everything, through my own pocket to run a club and I have to obviously make them play leagues. I have to give them exposure outside Sikkim, play tournament, play matches. That's all on the cost. How many people can do that in Sikkim today? It's only few people. So there are only few clubs that few interest people who's got passion for it are running it, trying to make ends meet and run the club. So there's no support system from any angle for any clubs to really make it big. We had few sponsors in 2010 when I started United Sikkim Football Club. That is the time we went on to play I-League, which was the biggest and the highest league in India. That's the only time when Sikkim players, at least 17 to 18 players from Sikkim were playing in I-League directly. So once you don't have a club playing in I-League or ISL or a second division, then number of players from Sikkim goes down quite drastically. Today Manipur has got 2-3 teams playing in I-League. You've got Mizoram clubs playing in I-League, second division I-League. You've got Assam, which has got ISL today. So Sikkim, that way I think, our structure with the Football Association and structure with the sports department is not been right. So that's the reason why we've not been able to give that kind of platform and support to players from Sikkim.